Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, then you may have got involved on the controversy that was the Megalodon. We talked specifically about the prospect of JW2 needing the Megalodon to survive for another few years, and it's safe to say not everyone agreed with that opinion. Of course, I do just want to mention that the majority of the things in my theory videos are not factual, surprise, surprise, so just in case you think I'm leading you on or anything. I'm not. I feel like that is quite important to mention before we get into today's video, as it is going to be sort of covering a similar topic to yesterday's video, and that is, of course, the idea that we could potentially be seeing a second Lagoon DLC. So in today's video, we'll be getting into some creatures that I would like to see in a second Lagoon DLC, and of course, could we actually see a second Lagoon DLC? Now, it's safe to say in yesterday's video, you absolutely shattered my expectations when it came to support, so if we can see maybe 30 likes on today's video, that'd be awesome. And as always, if you do go on to enjoy today's video, please do consider subscribing as well. And let me know down in the comments some creatures you would like to see in a potential second Lagoon DLC. But with that being said, let's get into the video. The reason I thought today's video may well turn out being a bit controversial is because I feel like after the Prehistoric Marine Species pack, there's going to be no real incentive for Frontier to add anything to the Lagoons for at least another year. Of course, that is just speculation. For all we know, the next DLC could be another Lagoon DLC, which is of course very unlikely, but you know, we can't rule anything out, but you know, don't get your hopes up because that would be incredibly surprising. However, I do have good faith that we will still be seeing new content for the Lagoons at some point, and that's just purely when you consider the fact that we have the new rock platform. The potential to add some new semi-aquatic creatures is honestly probably too good to pass by for Frontier. I feel like there's so much potential with this that if they don't utilize it, then I don't really know what they're doing, to be honest with you. Going back to yesterday's video, I did also mention a video I did 2 years ago covering some marine reptiles that I'd like to see in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And one of the standout creatures for many people in that video was the fact that I said the Sarcosuchus. Of course, 2 years ago, before the game even came out, that was definitely pushing it, considering the limitations that the Lagoons had then compared to now, where we've got things like rock platforms, and of course the fact that it's open for debate, but the Sarco was of course supposed to be in Camp Cretaceous Season 4, so it's semi-canon. I don't want to say it is canon because of course it got cut, but you know, I feel like with the Plesiosaurus, the supposed design that it has in JW2 was supposedly the same design that it was gonna have in Dominion, so I don't feel like it's something we can fully rule out, and I feel like it would definitely be pushing it, considering that Sarcosuchuses were considered almost swamp creatures, so chucking them in a lagoon that's meant to replicate the ocean is definitely kind of a push, and I feel like that's the biggest reason why the Sarco wouldn't get added. But, you know, with the rock platforms, I feel like we're going to need to see more semi-aquatic creatures at some point. I feel even adding a semi-aquatic pack could be, you know, something quite cool. I'm not at all saying that the Sarco is going to get added. I just feel like there's better chances for it to get added now than it did back 2 years ago. And again, that's just because it just makes more sense now that we've got a rock platform. Like, I honestly wouldn't care. Like, imagine how cool it would be to just have a Sarcosuchus sat on that rock platform, moving idly, and then, like, I don't know, it just seems like such a cool prospect to me. And while I feel like this initial Lagoon update isn't what everyone was hoping for, I feel like it opens doors for better updates in the future in terms of just Lagoon quality of life improvements. I feel like the introduction of social animations is absolutely massive because it's just gonna make the Lagoons feel so much more purposeful. And I feel like the new diversity in creatures, albeit while, you know, we're not getting that Megalodon that we were desperately hoping for, the fact that we're still getting, like, the Dunkleosteus, which is a prehistoric fish, I don't know, I just feel like the new diversity in creatures is going to open so much more opportunity in the future for them to go and add some properly bizarre creatures like the Helicorpion per se. And I have no doubt that this update is going to improve Lagoons drastically. I still feel like we're a long way from getting those perfect Lagoons that we have initially wanted, but still, I think this is a massive step in the right direction, and honestly, I wouldn't put it past Frontier if we did get a second Lagoon DLC. Of course, it's all speculation at this point, but I feel like there's just so much potential that it's too good of an opportunity to, again, not pass up on. And I do just quickly want to mention, I'm not at all hating on Frontier, but I feel like a lot of the things being implemented in tomorrow's update should have realistically been in the game from the get-go. I feel like social animations, I don't know why they weren't in the game, considering pterosaurs have them, our terrestrial creatures do. It just made sense. And if we did go on to get a second Lagoon DLC, I definitely want to see like a cooler Suchus or something like that. Just a small aquatic that's, you know, going to pose no threat whatsoever and is going to be that like Compsognathus of the water. In terms of attractions, I'm definitely over the moon with the new viewing gallery, but I was still holding out hope for like a submarine tour, and I still definitely want to see that. I don't understand why it's not in the game. Obviously, I'm not hating. I can understand that it's not easy to implement a new attraction, but considering we've got the Jurassic tour, the gyrospheres, you just think that we'd get some love for the lagoons in terms of viewability, considering how difficult it is to see our aquatics at times. So that's definitely something else I'd like to see in a future update. So overall, tomorrow's update 7 and the Prehistoric Marine Species Pack are 100% a step in the right direction for the future of our lagoons. With the introduction of social animations for our lagoon creatures, it's definitely going to make our lagoons feel so much more alive. Realistically, every change that's coming to the lagoons tomorrow, I feel like it's for the better. But with that being said, that does just about wrap up today's video. Let me know down in the comments some creatures you'd like to see be added to Jurassic World Evolution 2 in the future. And as always, if you have enjoyed today's video, remember, let's try smash 30 likes, and please do consider subscribing if you want more content like this. That's all from me, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.